Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Kupz the Universe, and we are back. Today is just a video of me explaining or expressing the sins of the father, right? The sins of the father through my own personal experience and what I understand what the sins of the father is and how we need to relax on certain actions we do, especially if we're gonna have kids in the future, right? So my father like would have babies, and then he tried to be the best father he could. I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying. But he was always hung up on like not making it, not being like the biggest MC ever, because he definitely had the shot, right? And I guess he over time it conquered him. He didn't conquer it, but he's still here. But you know what I'm saying. So he wasn't always around, right? And then I never blamed him. Like, I understand. Like, I see how women are. I seen the ugly side of women, and it's usually that side they like to show the most, unless they're trying to get something out of you. And that's not for every woman, but it's a majority of them. And I still love them nonetheless. But so he was having to pay child support, right? He had to pay child support for me type shit. And, it was backed up. And, and then as I got older, got into college, still was coming type stuff, right? Cool. Fast forward to me, right? I'm with this girl. She says she's pregnant with twins. I say, okay. I'm in my head. Yo, at first I'm like, yo, I'm not ready. Everybody goes through this because it was spontaneous. It wasn't planned. And, basically I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be like my father, not even trying to diss him though. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I don't hold that against him. I never did. He holds it against himself. You feel me? And maybe even to this day. I still got brothers. He's popping out. So, you know what I'm saying? I still got a younger brother. So hopefully, he can rectify through that, right? But anyway, so me. Now I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm gonna be there for them. I'm gonna, right? The baby mom, she was kind of like out there, right? So, I had to sacrifice things that I wanted to be in it. Long story, I ain't gotta go into that. I've been out there. I'm healed over it anyway. But long story, I had to pay child support, right? Even though I wanted to be there, it was like she forced me out, right? And almost like it was like the universe saying, yo, it's not really your fault, but because of how your father went through this, you got to kind of go through this and not be like your father at the end of this. You get what I'm saying? You get me? So I'm different now, even though I went through the same situation. You feel what I'm saying? Fast forward to other people. You may be young now, right? You may be outside. You may be out there representing, holding your block down, doing what you got to do. You guys are in this battle for, whatever, and, it goes down, right? Now, you may want your child not to go through that, and your child may be like, I'm not going to be like my pops no matter what, but because of the sins of the father, it's a good chance that they be thrown in something based on that. The only way, this is what is called the generational curse, right? Can also be the sins of the mother too, because that goes down through the daughter bloodline, right? Whatever stubbornness, whatever ignorance, whatever temper issues, whatever it is, that definitely gets passed down to the child and maybe multiplied, right? Now, remind you, the word multiply seems like you're getting more, you're just dividing more, right? If I take a piece of pie and I divide it, let's say amongst 20 people, you know how thin the slices gotta be versus if it was just 8 people versus if it was just 4 people. If it was just 4 people, they get 2 slices. If it was just 8 people, they get one. If it's 20, they get like some little slither of a slice. So as you can see, multiplication is not always more than concentrated. Now, if it was all one person and whether they cut it into eighths, 20s, or whatever, they still be consuming the whole pie, right? If it was just them. So look at that science, right? That mathematics. You know, Yes, your children may be forced into living that life. Your children may be, because what we do imprint on the next generation. And then what I realize is that when they do that, you don't have no real control over how it germinates after. Creation seems to me like one conscious situation and then the rest autonomous germination. I feel like life is germinated. That's the only way free will can exist, because there's no real way to tell what a species or a being that's born into a dimension is gonna be, do, or act, or like, or dislike, right? So you can want your child to be a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever, but inside of them is a soul and a spirit, and that's going to make them determine who they want to be or what their purpose are, unless they're followers, and in which case they may just follow this just trend, but that doesn't necessarily mean they won't be successful, because they may be good at what they trend, right? So the sins of the father, meaning that a lot of you guys out here drilling things, man, think about it, man. If you think about having kids, you may not think about that now. A lot of times we have kids that be sudden, you know what I mean, and be random. It's not really like you think about it. But the things that you do can stem out to your children. You understand? Meaning that my dad paid child support for me because he, cheated on my mom, and she came and caught him, right? And while she was pregnant with me in her stomach. And she never really forgave him, but she tells me she do, but I know women, so it's like she ain't never really forgive him for that. And at the same time, with me, I was there for my babies. I didn't really cheat. I didn't cheat on my baby when she was pregnant. Her water broke in my room, right? We went to the hospital together. I still didn't get to see the birth and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I felt I was robbed out of a little bit of an experience, but maybe I didn't need to see afterbirth and placenta and all that stuff, right? So maybe maybe the Supreme Being spared me, you know what I'm saying? From some trauma, from seeing that gory, bloody, thing that come out with the X food for the baby or whatever, right? So long story short, just make sure that, the things that you do in life, that you are gonna be mindful that whatever seed come out of you, or even a family member around you in that case, it can stem out to them where the actual curse of whatever that was. So if I'm outside drilling shit, then your child may want to drill shit, or your child may get caught up in some shit where you may drill shit because you just like to drill shit. Your child may be trying to avoid that shit his whole life, and then one day have to drill some shit, and because of that, he becomes like the worst drill nigga ever in the world or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you looking like, damn, I don't know how this happened. That's the sins of and then his child gonna be even worse. You understand? So that's how that go, Same thing with anything positive. You cultivate positivity and things that can grow into a family, traits. If your family know electrician and you teach them that without schooling, they're in school, but you teaching them, they're gonna excel in things faster as well. You know what I'm saying? That it'll get carried down as well. It won't be a curse. It'll be like a generational gift. You see what I'm saying? So be mindful of these things, all right? The gift, the curse, the sins of the father do reach out and reach to the next generation and so forth, whether they try to be like the predecessor or not. It happens, okay? I was actually outside doing my thing, and I seen this car, man. This car was charred, completely charred, man. I ain't never seen this car look like this, all right? So I just want to play that clip real quick so y'all can see what I saw, all right? Yo, the chaos, my guy. The chaos, bro. This is New York City, bro. This shit. Rip this nigga shit apart, man. Got it. Oh, shit. Damn. Ooh, wait. Look at this. Only in New York, man. Only in New York. Yeah, so as you can see, that car was crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is looking like old New York a little bit, low key. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just make sure y'all be safe. I know whoever owned that car is furious. I mean, beyond furious, right? It looked like he had a bunch of lithium batteries in his car, like he was using the car for lithium battery storage, you know? And it burnt up and all that, man. You feel me? So yeah, I just want y'all to remember, man, the sins of the father. And then another thing, man, um, the sin mean moon, all right? So under the moon, they call the moon sin, something sin, right? At the end of the day, it's poisons, right? Jealousy, envy, hate, all that is poisons. It poisons the person that it inhabits, okay? When you think about nagas being serpents, right? Nagas being serpents, and then you think about deadly sins as being poisons, and snakes are usually poisonous, that makes a lot of sense. You know, I know like we was talking about now these are all ancestors and things, so I'm not gonna discredit anything. I'm not on a good and bad timeline. I'm on a truth timeline, and like the maxims of truths are coming out and I'm absorbing them. Okay. So all glory to the supreme beings, the greatest supreme being, right? The supreme being above all, right? We're going to discontinue certain words because I'm understanding certain words are not just general terms, right? But actually a being. Like, let's just say if my name itself, Kupz, and then like in the future, people be like, Kupz means God, right? And then, so then it's like, everybody be like, yo, blessings to the cups. Oh, this cup, that cup, this cup, that cup. But the word cups will actually be my name. Think about that when you think about the title God. All right. Now, I'm not saying that the Most High Supreme Being, when in that aspect, is not real, but I'm starting to realize that a lot of plagiarism, like when you pull one lie, the whole thing unravels, and when it's all gone, you better be ready for what's left, because when what's left is gonna be like, you know. All blessings to the supreme beings and the supreme being above all things, right? And all blessings to everybody out there. Wholeness.